Well, I mean, isn't that normal, right? Just rain on the weekends? It's 2024. That seems to be the pattern that we've got.
Now, it is a standard tradition in California, whenever it rains, you say, good.
We need the rain.
Yeah, we need the rain. And you know what? We were talking about this earlier. A lot of people like the rain. It's a cozy weekend. We know that next weekend it's going to be hot. But when we actually started thinking about it and talking about it internally, we're thinking, it really has rained a lot. So we went old school. I printed out some calendars, and we worked together to find the data, link it up with the actual weekends, because this is not a stat that is basically done.
Yep.
And this is what we found. So going back to January 1st of this year, we've had 10 of 18 weekends with either one or both days with rain. That's 50%, 56% of the weekends going back to January. But look, that's the main part of the rainy season, so that's a little bit misleading.
Sure.
This year, since spring began on the equinox, 4 of the 7 weekends, we're including this one, that's 57% of the weekends since spring began in late March have had one or both days with weekends. Now, if you remember, Brendan, last year, it was huge.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain, a lot of snow last year. You would think maybe these numbers, maybe it's just recency bias, right?
Right.
Not necessarily the case. The numbers last year, 47% of weekends since January 1st had rain, and just 14% from the spring equinox of last year to the first weekend of May last year had rain in the valley. So it really shut down kind of traditionally when we expect it to. Is like spring equinox, we're pretty much done with rain. That's what happened last year. This year, not been the case.
Last year was one of the biggest rain and snow years in a very long time. This year, we're doing fine. But coincidentally, a lot of the timing of this has happened on the weekend. So here we go with yet another one.
It's just the pattern, right? There's sometimes nothing you can do about it, but we do need the rain. And I will say, long-range forecast, looking out 2.5 weeks, it really does kind of look like this might be the last one before we crank up the heat.
Right, and at least this time it's only one day of rain, not two.
Exactly. Sunday will be much better. Still cool.